Okay, let's see if I got this thing configured halfway decently here. Roland, if anybody on Whereby, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Alright, good deal. So, you guys should be able to hear the net now. That's half the issue. And then afterwards, I have to slam some other switches, and then you get to participate on the other half. So glad to know that you're able to watch there. And it's almost time to start today, isn't it? We got 20 more seconds. So. Lubricate the airway.
The time is 8 p.m. W6CX repeated.
All right. Good evening, everybody. This is Jim, K6SOE, your net control for this evening's ATV extravaganza. If you're not watching live, please tune in to w6cxatv.mdarc.org, or if you're watching YouTube, slide over to MDARC. You have to and tune into the little live box there on the live window at Media Space MDARC. And if you're brave enough to participate in tonight's net, go over to whereby.com/ATN1. That's whereby.com/ATN and the number 1. So we'll see if there's any priority traffic for the net tonight. All right. Hearing none, let's go into roll call. And we'll start with Fred, WB6ASU. See what's new with him.
I think I got all the buttons in the right places. Too many knobs, too many buttons. Good evening, Jim in the net. WB6ASU, Fred in the campo. Hey, it's almost halfway decent temperature. I was actually able to work pretty much all day without going into heat frustrations. Of course, you realize they're calling for freezing Sunday. I love it. Oh well. Anyway, still playing with the stereo here. I did have it up and running, but it's got problems, so I'm going through transistor checking right now and seeing if I can figure out what's going on, or go from there. So that's about it from over here. WB6ASU, definitely stuck in a campo.
All right, Fred. Thank you for checking in tonight, and glad that the stereo's coming along there. Let's see if we've got a picture from Chris, W6ATV. Okay, no Chris, so let's go over to Matthew, N4DLA. Okay, how about Dave, WB6DTB? Alright, must be footballitis out there or something. Oh, let's try John, W6DTV. Alright, I think I heard this guy check into the other net. Stan, NJ6E, push the button.
Stan in Sonoma, and checking in once again through the S2 input, and there it looks like it's working. And I was checking out the football a little bit earlier, but decided to leave it and come back in and do the net like everybody should do. And it's about 30 degrees cooler in the shack than it was a week ago, and so that's nice. And it's actually, I had to close the windows in the shack because it was getting a little too chilly in here. So there, let's see, not too much to report from me. Just working on a few miscellaneous 3D printing projects, and not a whole lot to report ham radio or electronics wise, but there is the Lincoln Ham Fest coming up on Saturday that I'm hoping to get to, so we'll see how that goes. I went and took a look to see how close it was to the mosquito fire that's burning up there, but the mosquito fire is further up the road on the south side of 80, and Lincoln, of course, is north of 80 up Highway 65, so other than perhaps smoke, it's probably not a problem. So anyway, that's all for me for tonight. Back to net, NJ6E.
Okay, Stan, thank you for checking in tonight. Good signal from you, DVB S2. And yeah, the swap meet, I don't know if it's supposed to rain on Saturday and Sunday, but the prognostication looks like we're supposed to get a deluge. So I don't know. I'll batten down the hatches and see what happens. So okay, let's see. Next on my list is the other John, ND6H.
Okay, let's see what happens here. I didn't get a chance to test nothing. It's not. Ah, there it is. Okay. Looking at the wrong meter. Alrighty. Well, we did okay at the car shows last weekend. We had one Saturday and one on Sunday, and somebody from our group won trophies. Well, actually, everybody from our groups won trophies either Saturday or Sunday, so that worked out well. And it's nice to have that behind us. That was a lot of getting up very early in the morning. So I think we were looking at some car show this weekend, but based on the weather, I think we've decided we're just going to take it easy and stick around the house. No flying this week. Did more arguing with the Cummings folks about the generator in the RV, and supposedly that's going to be put back together with the old generator in it so we can at least take it up to Washington, California the following weekend of the 24th for a friend of mine's wedding. And they say that our replacement generator is supposed to be here 7 business days from today. I'll believe that when it actually appears. So that's what's going on that front. And I got a new radio today, so I've been trying to figure out how to get FT8 to work with it. And kind of a pain, but I'll get it figured out at some point. Nothing real spectacular in the FT8 stuff this last week. Did some European stuff and whatnot in the afternoon, but that seems to be normal of late. So, anyways, no sailing. Wind's coming from the wrong direction over here from the pond by my house, and I haven't gotten up to Sacramento to do anything. I don't foresee anything on that until after I get back from Florida in October. So we'll see what transpires there. So and it's nice to have a little bit of cooler weather. That's been kind of a good deal. So anyways, Jim, thanks for doing the John Concord ND6H.
All right, John. Hey, it's good to get a trophy for the car every once in a while. That makes it all worth all the elbow grease of putting the car wax and rubbing it out and making it look shiny so you can get the award. So, all right. Let's see here. Next on my list is Kevin, KK6JPN, and I know he's watching on the stream, so maybe he's got, that's the only receive he's got tonight. So Kevin, go ahead and key up your transmit. Let's see what you got.
KK6, and hopefully transmitting from Sutter Creek. The receive signal looks like it's okay, but I tried 3 receivers up here and nothing receives the hill anymore, and hopefully the time is there. I've got such a long delay because I've got the BATC picture up. I also have ATN, but the picture's too small for me to see from where I'm sitting, so I have the BATC one up. Other than that, yeah, I tried 3 receivers and none of them will pick up the hill anymore. I'm left wondering, did something change on the hill? So the received signal seems to be at the level that I always used to get it, so I don't know why things are no longer working. But anyhow, yeah, I'd turned everything off, so I kind of came in here in a hurry. I'd gone out for the evening and we found our way back. We'd gone out in our old Morgan. It's the first time I've driven it in the dark. So the lights are not very bright. I can't. It's got one of those floor-mounted dip switches, and most of the time I couldn't find it. It's somewhere under the clutch pedal, I think. And the dash lights weren't working, I found out, and I don't know what that is. But anyhow, we made it home. I rushed down and turned everything on, and
the picture, the transmitter's obviously working, because I see a picture over on the computer over there. But it's such a long delay. Other than on the ATN, but I can't see the picture because it's just a small image. Well, looking forward to the rain, I think. I've got to run around and put a lot of stuff away before, I think it's Sunday or Monday, one of the two. Well, that's about it from here. KK6, JPN, up in Sutter Creek, getting ready to click the off button.
All right, Kevin. Good signal from you tonight. Good audio, good video. And nothing on the hill has changed. I just think we've got some very weird propagation scenarios going on here. That inversion layers and this, that, and the other. And so, anyway, you're making it into the hill, that's what counts. So, you can always see it electronically otherwise. So, alright. And talking about seeing things electronically, I see my neighbor Mike in W6MEW is on Whereby. We're going to give him a chance to get a 2-meter check-in. Go ahead, Mike. All right. Thanks for checking in, Mike. I just don't have a way to get 2 meters ported into ATV very well. But, my gosh, you wiped out your tendon there. Well, if you need anything, you know the phone number to call. I'm just around the corner. So, all right. We'll check you in on the video side here in a little bit. Let's go over to Owen, KK6Q. All right, no Owen tonight. I'm still Jim, K6SOE, doing the heavy lifting here. So let's go over to Jerry, KB6T. All right. No Jerry. Let's see. That's the video list as I have it. Let's see if there's any missed, late, or appendages to the net on the video side. Okay, seeing none, we're going to go for audio check-ins at this point in time on the repeater there on the CX machine. We'll go Alpha through Golf, A through G. How about Hotel through November? I'll go right on ahead there, sir. Yeah, KWV, go ahead.
Good evening, Jim and the group, KD6KWB. Heard you guys out there having a good time. Thought I'd jump in and say hello. I don't have any media in front of me, so I can't jump up and see you guys. But sure can hear you. So top of the evening to you all. Jim, it's great to hear you. And everybody else. KD6KWB, back to net control.
All right. Let's see who that is. Don't run. Yeah, just a minute. Oh, oh boy. Okay, I think I'm here. All right. Yes? Whereby.com/ATN1? It might. Okay. Okay. Are you there yet? Okay. All right. Well, let me disconnect here and we'll connect with you here shortly. I see you. Okay, the miracles of television. We connect on the telephone. The miracles of television. We connect on the telephone and everything else happens here, so. All right. Where were we? Oscar through Sierra, I believe. All right, audio check-ins for the net. Tango through Zulu. All right. Well, at this point in time, we're going to transpose things over to the ATV side exclusively. And like I say, if you're not watching ATV, you're just not getting the picture. And if you want to get more of the picture, tune into whereby.com/ATN1. And we'll see you over there. This is Jim, K6SOE, moving the net sideways. 7-3, and we'll see everybody next week. Okay. Now, we switch the switches and turn everybody else on over here and get everybody on whereby on television without feedback. Cross your fingers, kids. It's going to be a bumpy ride. If I do this here, now, let's see if and bring this guy over here. Bring everybody over here to the other screen.
I heard that. Yeah, I was testing up. I switched to my Alinco DMR radio.
Okay, alright, well, let's start this then here in C60. It's your turn. Roland, you're on the net. Oh yeah.
I just heard PG. That's all I thought it was a rated R show, but or a rated G show. I heard PG. That's funny.
It's all urine.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone on the net. KC6JPG, and it's great to see you all. And we had a wonderful net on last Tuesday with the amateur television that works the weekly net. It was a hoot. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I just talked with Mike on my way home tonight. And he was in Vegas waiting for his flight going home from Ontario, California. And had a wonderful week. Middle school the last couple of days, and of course he went to Montana and visit Kevin and Tammy, and had a great time there. And so it looks like Mike definitely enjoyed himself. And so he's got lots of pictures and video on his little tour shot. So we're looking forward to having him share his experience during his time away. So definitely looking forward to that. Let's see, what else is going on? The QSO now virtual ham convention is this weekend. Starts on Friday. And if you recall that we were presenting for the last three, all three of the events when the pandemic started. We have our video displays in the convention, but we will not be presenting live this year. So. And so I might be just visiting and just checking things out. You may get a lounge table. And so for those that do have tickets, pop on in and we'll have some fun. And let's see, what else is going on? That's about it. Just playing with DMR quite a bit. And heard Manuel this afternoon during my ride home. And heard Earl out there on the local repeater. And so... all systems go here at the Amateur Television Network. And we'll bring it back to you, Jim. Thank you very much for the opportunity. KC6JPG, Rancho Cucamonga.
All right, Roland. Thank you for being there. And let's see who else. Let's pick up my neighbor, Mike. Mr. W6MEW. have a check-in. Go ahead, Mike. You're up. Mike, MDW, go ahead. Over.
Yeah, I know. Carry that.
That's right. HMW6X.
Yeah, no audio.
You want to unmute your mic,
Nope.
Mike?
Yeah, Mike, go ahead, check in. You're up.
Mike needs the mic.
Yeah, they're waiting for you to
That's a good
we're
one.
glad you're muted.
No.
I just asked Jim to do
Okay, we'll try this here real quick.
that. Oh, there you go.
That's working.
I have on. Issue. I can do.
This is try to keep it.
Okay.
On where
Right now.
Oh boy. Anyway. Hey Mike, go ahead and check in on ATV. I think I can
You're live.
I should be able to be here somewhere here. Anyway, Mike, MEW, go ahead and check in.
Okay. Yeah. Not much going on local. I mentioned this today. It's just getting out of first. I'm around a ruptured Achilles, which I got to have repaired next Wednesday.
No.
I'll be in a cast for a few weeks and boot for a few months. So I'm down and out for a bit. So I was here in the and from Eastburg, sent it back to Tim.
All right, Mike. Sounds good. Let me get the. I know a lot of you here. Let me see what I got here.
Sounds good.
Let's go over to Gary. KBC.
I'm here. Buddy of mine, some gates, set up my little wire pay and hooked it up. Big generator. Got it welded up. It needed to be welded up. Whatever. They got pigs and goats. Just one of the pig managed to eat.
He done 3 acre property. He'll be out there wandering around his pen, trying to figure out how to get back in after he's gotten out. So usually open the gate and usher him back in. So I told Eddie, my buddy, I said, there's a lot of bacon on 4 legs there. Love bacon. So, anyway, got him back in, got the gates all welded together that were kind of wired, so baling wire fixed. Oh, quite a day. He's going to hang around too late. I bet because I got to get up and get some stuff down here. So, be a little down from the, so see what. So back to you, Jim. W6 KVC.
All right, Gary, thanks for checking in. And let's see, I think this thing's still working here. Let's see, this guy's been around forever. Let's go over to manual check-in. It's yours.
Yeah, I'm over here in New York City. We're supposed to get 56 degrees tonight, so I'm going to have to wear my jacket tomorrow morning. I'll go to work. So I'm going to enjoy the first day of summer tomorrow. And that's what we're doing here in New York City. I give it back to Ned.
Okay, Manuel, thanks for... All right, thanks for checking in. Let me see what we can do here. Where's the next in line? Well, there's this guy in Arizona, or lost wages. Let's go over to Dennis. Let's check in with Dennis.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. And it was 92 degrees here in Vegas. So it's almost sweater weather over here. Humidity 20%. Nice days, nice weather. Couldn't ask for anything more. What was it, about 7:20? I saw something fly overhead. I haven't checked to see what was on orbit, but it was awfully bright, brighter than any airline line, and it just kind of, so it was a reflection of something spaceborne cutting across from the southwest to the northeast. So I'll have to look and see what that possibly was. But I'll tell you, that was a bright item, and brighter than any jet airliner multiple times. But that's about all I got. Like I said, it's been pretty quiet, and I'll throw it back to you, Jim. This is K7H2P.
Thank you, Dennis, for checking into there. And yeah, who knows what's in the sky these days. Over to Roland, Mr. Rancho Cucamonga. It's all yours. Take it away.
Well, good evening once again, Jim and the group, KC6JPG. I'm going to turn down my audio here. And, oh my gosh, it's great seeing everyone. It's great seeing Mike, W6MW tonight. And, of course, Joel, KD6W. Great to see you tonight, my friend. So this is exciting. Of course, Lee, our net control for Sunday Net on Sundays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Mountain Standard Time. And so great to see you. Of course, Gary, it's great to see you. Manuel from New York, great to see you. Playing around with DDO and talking today over and over that was encountering our website through the brand network. Decided to tune in 31 nights checking in on the DMR side, and he happened to respond back. And so I gave him some information about amateur television and gave him the website. He seems to be very interested. And I said, well, you can try us out without getting your feet wet. And you can just go onto our Wi-Fi system, and you can check in with the Amateur Television Network. And, of course, once you get your feet wet this way, we'll definitely entice you to get your receive station and your transmit station. Oh, you got it. Put the bait out in the water and set the hook. I love it. Very good. Bring back JPG, Rancho Cucamonga.
All right. Let's see. Thank you very much there, Roland. And let's go to your neighbor over here, Lee, that other net control guy. He's in Arizona, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Good evening. Good evening, Jim, and the rest of the group here. Looks like by my listing here that it's a balmy degrees here in Glendale, Arizona. Humidity is around 20%. Not too bad. I was doing a little yard work out here, and I was using a Sawzall, and I was trying to change blades, and I lost the screw. Somewhere between my patio and the big tree, palm tree. So I got my my little thing out here, you know, for the and on it, and still haven't found it. So I'll probably have to go to hardware and probably get. I was trying to change and I couldn't get the regular blade out, and I kept unscrewing, and finally it came all the way out and fell off the Allen set. That's nice and fun. But anyway, so I just sat there at the house and watched the movie. And just finished dinner a little bit ago. And so back at it again tomorrow, trying to figure out how to make it. I found I've got a lot of Allen set screws, but they're all, and I know I've got a bunch more. So it's just a matter of, you know, moving around to see if I can find one. Anyway, that's about all I got from going over here. I haven't noticed any weather coming up. It's been pretty quiet here the last days. A couple of days ago, we did have a sudden shower came through, and but I did notice on the news that even had flood rescues out near Las Vegas last evening from a trucker was out from his big rig, and I think 3 other folks were rescued from their SUV that got stuck in a wash or something like that. But when you live in a desert, that's about bound to happen. As they say here in Arizona, turn around, don't drown. So that's always a good thing. Turn around. And don't go across, even in slow-moving water. Sometimes it's too deep. Anyway, that's what I got going out here, Jim. Good to get on the net here and see everyone. And I'm glad that Gary showed up on time tonight. So anyway, back to you, Jim. 6SOE-K0CC Lee in Glendale, Arizona. Back to you.
Thank you for checking in, Lee. And I think I might even have this thing to a point where I know what I need to do as far as switches and things to get everything to work. Thanks to that guy. He drew drawing and now I have to just hit the right mute switch. So in that case, now that he's snickering in the background, we're going to up and see what's new with him. Over, Mr. Joel. I can't hear you.
Maybe this helps. Does this help?
No audio.
Lot.
Good to go.
You're good.
There you go.
I mean, I got just a few buttons here. I got a little bit of things going on over here. I haven't even finished putting in my audio console, so it's give me a break time. So the hand
Maybe
track
Jim will make you a drawing.
I'm still dealing with my mom's life insurance. Of course, I'm trying to put in a claim because she's dead. So, I mean, how many forms of information does the life insurance company really need to prove she's dead? Okay, so it's like, it's round and round we go kind of thing. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's part of the, goes into the family trust and all that kind of stuff. But talk about convoluted. I mean, I've been on the phone a couple times. I've faxed, you know what I'm saying, and email attachments and so forth and so on. But it's just mind-boggling how much red tape there is just to prove she's dead. You can Google search this stuff, and her name shows up as deceased and all that. So it's like,
It's got to be a certified copy.
What more do you need, right? So that's been, kind of dominating some of my time. But also been getting ready for the 10 gig and up contest, which is this weekend. This is weekend number 2. So I've been working out my plan, my strategy, because I rove the San Joaquin Valley, which for those who don't know, most of the guys, they go up to mountaintops. Then they sit up there and camp out. They're like Boy Scouts. And so what they do is they wait for the rovers to go around and activate grid. So I usually drive like a zigzag down through the San Joaquin Valley. And if you've never been to the San Joaquin Valley, it's where all your fruits and nuts come from. So basically it's flat, it's huge.
Sounds like California, right?
Sounds like New York City. We got a lot of fruits and nuts loose in the street.
Yeah. San Francisco.
Lived an acre and a half with fruits and nuts, and that was lemon trees, avocado trees, and all kinds of papaya trees.
Okay, I opened a can of worms there, I can tell. Okay, so the thing is, it's great for working the microwave contest because throughout the valley, there's all these farm roads, and they're all set up in a grid. And the way the contest works is you go to activate a grid square, and then you work everybody that you can work. Then you pack it all up, and then you drive 10 miles, which will be greater than the 10-kilometer requirement for going to the next grid. So then you go to the next spot. So you can just drive that way 10 miles, stop, get out, set up, do it all over again. And so you just end up driving a pattern, either towards the south or towards the north, depending on, which mountaintop is, active and all that kind of stuff. So that's been a strategy. It's worked pretty well for me. I've got a first place in California a couple times, but it's a lot of work because it's you drive and then you set up, and it's the San Joaquin Valley in the middle of September, and August is worse, but it's not so bad in September, but it's still 90 whatever degrees, out in the middle of the San Joaquin Valley. So it's a lot of fun. You drink lots and lots of water. And so basically, I'm going to try and do the same thing out here that I pretty certain there's not as many people up on mountaintops. So I'm going to be trying to capitalize on the many cloud formations. We tend to get way more clouds and or rainstorms because of this, the lingering monsoon season we have here that Lee was just telling you about. So we get storms that are coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico, and they spiral up into Arizona, and so we can point into those clouds and do bank shots off the clouds into California, or we get aircraft enhancement. I was up on Dobbins Lookout, which is south part of Phoenix, up on South Mountain, and I could hear the guy in California. He was sending me a carrier, but only when an airplane that was westbound out of Phoenix, flying off towards California. And when the airplane got to a certain spot, the signal came up nice and strong. And then we tried to work, but the airplane kept flying, of course. And so then, you have to go fast. You have to be ready to go when it's an airplane, because you got a window of about 3 minutes while the airplane is in the sweet spot, or it's already up at altitude, or whatever, or it's, if they start descending, it goes away. If they're still climbing, you got kind of a chance, but that kind of stuff. So we're taking advantage of some of those propagation properties. In the meantime, I found out that my ICOM rig was totally getting desensed by the TV transmitters that are up on Dobbins. So I went online and got me a Motorola radio, which is a little bit more robust, kind of thing. And of course now, anybody that knows anything about Motorola radios is you have to know how to futz with the software to program the channels in, because there's no way to just type it in. You have to program it as a code plug. So I've got those challenges. Plus I'm adding more channels to include Arizona 900 machines. There's a very extensive 900 megahertz machine network here in Arizona, similar to the N9RCS. I already forgot their call sign. Terrible thing what happens when you move to Arizona. You start forgetting everything in California. Oh gosh, terrible. But so I had the Northern California 900 machines in my radio database, but I wanted to include, there's a pretty extensive network here in Arizona, so I wanted to include those, which is great for coordinating when you're running around in a microwave contest. So we're in the process of last minute things. I got some little adapter plugs off eBay because the mini UHF on Motorola is non-standard to the connectors that I have on my antennas and stuff like that. And, just coming up with backups, and I have to get everything packed into my truck, along with lots of waters and change of clothes, sleeping bag, and all that kind of stuff, because when you go out, you tend not to go back until the contest is over, because you want to explore all these sites, which are way high up in altitude. It takes you hours sometimes to get to a mountaintop, and then when you get up there, you don't want to leave until you've exhausted all the QSOs or whatever. You run out of food, water, or something, toilet paper, whatever. So anyway, you catch the drift. I'm trying to get ready for this big extravaganza weekend. So a lot of stuff going on. Back to net. KD6W, Arizona. In the meantime, we'll roll a commercial.
Joel, thank you for checking in. And why am I hearing double audio? Oh, because of that. Okay. Anyway, I forgot to check somebody in, raise their hand. I think I should point and tell you, kill this side. Now, we'll continue on with the video here on the internet side. So, This is Jim, K6SOE, with the TV group.